What's up, party people? Let's do a quick video update on week 9 of the Slow Sim League. I'm going to talk about this season right here. Spencer Rattler. Many of you have seen the post, probably wondering how I got Spencer Rattler to play out of his mind, and maybe we discovered something here. So this is the purpose of this video. I'm hoping to make it quick. We went through a lot of changes in week 9 to see if playbooks and or changing traits of QBs and schemes of teams would help them win. In some cases, yes. In some cases, no. In some cases, yes and no. But we're going to talk about this season right here and how I got Spencer Rattler to play out of his mind and take a 1-6 team and make them a 2-6 team against a pretty good Rams team. So let's jump into that. We'll start with that first, and then we'll go and explore some other results. And we'll probably take this week by week. Also, let me know, do you want me to stream some of these games so maybe you can see these changes faster? You don't have to wait for me to record this entire week and upload it. But I'm trying, as I've explained before, and I will have it in the top pinned comment, the last update, which was week 8 update. I'm trying to do this so we can help each other win in our slow sim rebuilds, whether you're playing against other people or just going against the CPU in your own league. So here we go. Let's get into it. No more talking. Well, more talking, but no more introduction. But if you can, please like and subscribe. Boost this video if you can. Hype it, I think it's called, down in the comments. It helps me get discovered and helps me, keep producing videos of this sort. But this is, um, that we're doing this live, so this isn't anything magically edited. So don't expect that. I'm just trying to help you the best I can, the fastest way I can, and then we'll go from here. All right, thanks a lot. Let's get into it. All right, so I guess we'll consider this a focus franchise here, coming off a 31-17 on the road against LA. New Orleans Saints, they were 1-7, 81s across the board, and they weren't doing too well. As you can see, dead last in points, passing yards, 5th in rush. They were in the Saints playbook, and then they were in the Eagles, and then this last change we'll talk about what we made playbook wise. Just not a great team. The rookie started, Shaw or whatever his name is, at one point, and just not good. As you can see, Spencer Rattler was the offensive player of the week. 14 for 18 for 179 passing, 2 passing touchdowns, 13 carries for 155 yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. That is what you'll love to see. We will talk about the playbook change and the scheme change. Now, I can't find it. I thought I took a screenshot of it, so I apologize. One of my subscribers talked about how good the Jets were in slow sim, so we put them to the Jets in the vertical zone run. It's a pretty high overall scheme for them, 80% compared to other ones, and I think that's part of it for sure. And we also changed the defense to the Rams and the 3-4 under. Love it in quick sim, and here we are using it in slow sim. And also, one of the reasons why I did this is thought I took a screenshot of this, but I didn't, so I apologize. Someone asked me, I don't have your name, but someone asked me how they got to get Bo Nix running more, so I kind of did some focusing on that too. So it's like, how do we get Spencer Rattler to move? He can't throw that well, but he has some wheels, and here we go. So part of it was the Jets. The subscriber mentioned how Justin Fields is a cheat code, and one of the reasons is, well, I think the playbook he is in is the Jets, so that's good to see. And then we made a change to Spencer Rattler himself. No, let's go look at his stats real quick. So he is 82 speed and 85 acceleration. It's not the fastest quarterback in the world either, but his traits have changed. So he had, as you can hear the page change, all he had was quick clock, which is QBs with this trait tend to escape the pocket after making their first read. Good, kept it. Then we added hero ball. QBs with this trait will attempt to scramble for yards if they think they can get the first down. A lot of big quarterbacks have that, like Jalen Hurts, and I think I have it right here. Who else has hero ball? Josh Allen. Josh Allen has hero ball. So those two, and then cover the ball because we don't want to fumble. We'll attempt to cover the ball on big hits. That's all we added. Those two things. And then one more, when we went to coaching, this is the first week I spent coaching points on stuff. We went to strategy here, and our loadout was to help him. So we had, I believe we used double field general, and either was it cool under pressure or head of the chains. So yeah, I think we used outside the club, whatever it is. But he was in the red, and after we put these boosts on him, these abilities from the coach, he got really good. I think that's part of it too. Now, your quarterback's 99 overall, or the strength of your team, you might not want some of these, but I mean, we upgraded abilities to get him playing better and to run more, and then we also made a depth chart change. Someone mentioned that, was it Kendre Miller was a beast for them in slow sim, so we put him up there, and saw some nice runs from Kendre Miller, Alvin Kamara, and Cam Akers. Cam Akers was pretty good, so you can go back and look at this game. Kendre Miller, 18 carries, 62 yards, 3.4. I mean, Derrick Henry has like 2.9 a carry, so it's not bad. Cam Akers had some big runs, and Kamara, okay. Now, you're not going to get a lot of receiving stats. You just got to be mindful of that. But Kendre Miller did catch a 4-yard touchdown, and Alvin Kamara had 2 for 63. I mean, the Jets are doing all right in this. They're a 500 club, but that's way better than what the Saints were doing. So, again, playbook: Jets vertical zone, Rams 3-4 under. Put Spencer Rattler with quick clock, hero ball, double back, and cover ball. So we'll have to look into that. They play the Carolina Panthers, who we're also going to talk about here in a second. So got some teams to focus on. Let's take a look at other changes that help teams. Focus team was the Bears. They were 3-4 going into playing the Bengals. They were on a nice little run, but we made a playbook change here. We put them in Cincy's offense with vertical zone. They were 88% fit for that. Buffalo's defense, base 4-3, 90%. As you can see, they're not doing too good as far as their ranking. So this definitely helped. And we can take a look at Caleb. He wasn't throwing at all for touchdowns in Ben Johnson's offense. And we tried scheme changes, and that didn't get them going at all. Just not doing great. But we made the change to Cincy's offense, and that really helped. And I believe we also changed him. So take a look at Caleb Williams. I think he had dots as a superstar X factor. We moved him to bazooka. We got pocket dead eye on him now, and quick draw. He did have, and then traits wise, we removed throwaway and steering clear and added hero ball, risk taker, cannon, doing this live, cannon, and showboat. Well, showboat doesn't really matter, but these are his traits, and he played very, very, very well. Let's take a look at this game. $149 passing, 2 passing touchdowns. I mean, they did have some interceptions. He did run for 5 for 66 and touchdown. DeAndre Swift played very well, had some nice runs. That's one thing about the Cincy playbook in slow sim, it has some good runs that gash the defense. And no sacks, but we got two very timely picks. The Bengals were undefeated until this point. So great win for the Bears. I like the changes there. All right, let's talk about the Giants now. Another team that we made a change on offense and defense. As you can see, they were 2-6-1, not great on offense or defense, and they had a tie against San Francisco, which actually that's a pretty good San Francisco team. So definitely upgrade. Unfortunately, they don't have Jackson Dart, which I was hoping to make changes to, so we had to go back to Russell Wilson. It is what it is. Let's talk about the playbook change. Another team, vertical zone run with Cincy, greatly updated their offense, and we put Seattle in the 3-4 under. Okay, not bad. Got a good test this week, and Russell Wilson was starting. That's all we really changed, and that helped them get a tie. Hey, it's a step in the right direction. Why am I still? I don't know. But let's get to the Giants game. 24-24. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. It is what it is with the interceptions. I mean, Russell Wilson is under 80, so it is what it is. Scatterbo had 5 for 25 and a touchdown. Tyrone Tracy needs to get better, but big game from Malik Neighbors. That's what you love to see. That's what you expect out of Jamar Chase, who is the leading wide receiver in this league. They got 4 sacks and 1 interception. So we'll continue to grow on this, but looks like Cincy in the vertical zone might be pretty good for your team if you're not going to, try to get the rushing yards with the Jets. Another focus team here was the Texans. They were 3-1 going into the game against the Broncos, a really good team. They were 10th in points, but kind of not great. None of these guys were great. So we got a defensive player of the week. 2 interceptions and a touchdown for EJ Speed. And we didn't make any changes to the defense, but I believe we had already made a playbook change. No. So Houston base 4-3. Only thing we made was we changed the Texans to vertical power run. And we went. They were in the West Coast power, and we changed them to vertical power. I think vertical power or vertical zone might be pretty good for you in the slow sim. That's just what I've seen. So they instantly win after switching to vertical power. And we also made some changes to CJ Stroud. Let's see what they were. So he's a superstar. And actually, I don't think we made any of those changes. But this is what he has. Lofting dead eye, inside dead eye, conservative, eyes up and steering clear. I think I just wanted to see if the scheme change would work, and it looks like it did. We can go into their stats and see what they show. 10 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Joe Mixon, not bad. So it's a playbook we just talked about in Quick Sim for running the ball, and it seems like it does that pretty well. Just got to get the defense to play good, and they're doing much better in the slow sim than in real life. But just wanted to point that out. We did change them to vertical power, and looks like it paid off at least for 1 week. And then we have the Panthers here. I have a yes and a no as far as changes go. So we changed what we changed here. Look at their schemes. They're in Cincinnati as well. Multi-zone run. That's what Cincinnati is in, and they start playing better when we move them to multi-zone run. But I think maybe we try and change them to vertical zone. Either way, I think the offense played well. I don't think the defense played well, moving them to base 4-3. They kind of got picked apart, even though they're 91%. They still lost 39-13 to a really good team and a really good playbook. Now, I will talk about the fact that this is There's some glitches in here. I'm on the Panthers, and they're not changing. There's some glitches ever since they updated leagues. But anyway, Bryce Young played really well. He's been playing terrible. I believe he has like a negative interception to touchdown ratio. Here he only has one touchdown, no interceptions, 279 yards, which led to Chuba running less, but it's all right. Tedero and McMillan did have 8 for 92. Darnell Washington had 6 for 77. Thielen in the slot had 3 for 69 and 1. So offensively, looking pretty good. We just gotta maybe focus on defense going forward, and then overall stats. As you can see, yeah, Bryce Young was 6 for 5, and we helped him out there on that category. Let's take a look at what changes we made to him. He's only 73 overall, which is not good. So, what did Bryce Young have? His traits were throwaway, oblivious, steering clear. We took away oblivious and added hero ball, cover ball, and look for stars. Now, this is where the problem happened with Bryce Young. He took 20 sacks or something like that. He was holding on to the ball forever, and I think I want to get rid of look for stars because he was just standing there in the pocket holding on to the ball. I want him to run more. So I'm just in my head like maybe look for stars is not a good thing for him. You have to have stars, and that's what caused him to sit in the pocket too long. So we're gonna monitor that. But other than that, I think the offense took a step forward, and Bryce Young. Now we just got to fix the defense. How about the Dolphins? They were 4-4, and we probably made them worse. We'll see. They also played the Ravens, which is a really tough team. As you can see, not good, especially on defense. They just don't have anybody on defense. They're 4-4, probably because they got wins against teams that are lower overall, and they still have a Tyreek Hill, What do we do here? We changed the Dolphins to base 4-3. They're 100%. That did not do anything at all. West Coast zone run and Mike McDaniel's offense, not the greatest either. And we also changed Tua around a lot. Let's see what his stats were for the season. 8 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Not great. In this game, of course, he's gonna show me the Bears. Go to the Dolphins. In this game, did he at least play better? Can't remember. 1-1. He's still the same guy. H.A. was pretty good. That's fun. We'll talk about his changes, and I don't think they were good enough, of course. He's a superstar. His abilities are sideline and fearless. Didn't change those at all. Well, we did mess with his traits. His traits were up and over, look for stars, eyes up, snap mischief, and steering clear. We removed look for stars, added double back, setup. What was it? Setup time and throw away. And he had up and over. Yeah, look, eyes up, snap mischief, steering clear. So we just removed look for stars, added double back, setup time, throw away, and wasn't the biggest game changer. So is it the playbook? Probably. Then we got the Vikings, who lost 31-14 to the Lions, who are a really good team. They were 4-3, gave them a loss. Not great on offense, kind of good on defense. We'll take a look at this game because we made the changes to McCarthy, who I think wasn't playing as well as you would like, and it made him play even worse, probably. 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Aaron Jones was pretty good. McCarthy did run for 6 for 48. He had no traits. So that's what you need to know about this. We'll take a look at his stats of what they were. He was 1 He had 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions coming in this game. Not great. We wanted him to throw more, running the ball very well, comparative to his stats. The schemes, we're still in. We haven't messed with scheme at all. West Coast zone run, base 3-4. They're in the 3-4 storm. As far as what we gave McCarthy, who had no traits, we gave him hero ball, throwaway, eyes up, and steering clear. Just a common scheme on players here. It just didn't do enough, so we'll have to keep working on the Vikings there. Last, we're going to talk about the Vikings. I just put a big here. All we did was change the schemes, and they didn't do any better. So we got to work more on them. We had them. Where's the scheme? Same playbooks. We like Atlanta's offense. We changed them to vertical zone run. Disguise 3-4 for Atlanta because they're multiple 3-4, and it didn't work. We can take a look at this game. Where is Atlanta? There we go. 27-6. Michael Penix still not turning the ball over, but still not aggressive enough. He rushed 5 for 50, which is fine. But the offense still to be desired. We take a look at Michael Penix and see what he's got underneath the hood as far as traits. Maybe he needs some, maybe he doesn't. He's got no traits. So we'll see what happens if we add some traits to him. Maybe we gotta change the offense around. We'll see. Well, maybe he'll be one of these guys we try out with the Jets to see if he plays well in that. All right. Well, that kind of wraps up here for a look at Week 9. I think. I don't think there's anything else I want to go over. We'll take a look at the entire league come Week 12 as far as that goes. But we also changed Tennessee. Did I talk about Tennessee? Do I have them down here? No, but they need to be monitored here. They did not do very well as well. So there's just some quick results here. Teams we need to talk about. Jacksonville did very well. I forgot to change Mahomes. That's one thing I got going into Week 10. Agile extender. The Buccaneers were off. Now the Chiefs are going to be off on Week 10. So we'll see how Baker plays. That's the first game I'm going to slow sim in Week 10 is Baker Mayfield with out pass lead elite. Replace it for agile extender. I need to take off pass lead elite on Mahomes when they come back in Week 11. So there you go. Give me your thoughts, questions. I appreciate any of you guys saying, hey, this is working for me in slow sim or quick sim, and I will put it to the test and I will get it out there and relate to people. Always check out the comments of the videos. Let's help each other. If you can help me, please like and subscribe. If you can hype this video, that helps so much. And I can't wait to hear from you guys and continue trying to help you be successful in your quick sim, slow sim rebuilds. And there we go. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you very, very soon. Peace.